work includes Timeless, Ultimate Spider-Man, and Jupiter's Legacy. Today joins us as the voice of Anakin Skywalker. Please welcome Matt Lanter!
Dude, look at his Clone Wars jacket. That Clone Wars jacket is amazing.
Next, he's an actor-producer and writer whose body of work includes Batman, Brave and the Bold. Make some noise if I say something you like. Batman, Brave and the Bold. Woo! Johnny Test. Woo! An acclaimed video game franchise. Today joins us to discuss giving voice to Obi-Wan Kenobi. Please welcome James Arnold.
They're animated in themselves. They must be his agent. You're so goofy.
And next, she is an actress and entrepreneur whose credits include That's So Raven, Blue Collar TV, TC Superhero Girls. Today she joins us as the originator and voice of AHSOKA Tano. Please welcome Ashley.
Outfit in her hair. She dyed her hair. Look at her hair. Look at her boots. You see her boots? Man, look at her boots.
Hey there, everyone.
Her hair is dyed.
Thank you so much for coming today.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so good.
Hello there.
Let's go.
I told you we were going to sneak it in. Friends, welcome to Richmond.
Those are my type of boots. She's got style. Look at her hair.
I do feel kind of like a friend's cast right now, all on the same couch.
Yeah.
I love it.
I wasn't going to sit over there. That would have been weird. I may move there, though, depending on what you say. Well, friends, let's go back to some of the basics. I've certainly heard these stories, but I'd love these audience to hear it if they themselves have not. How did this amazing series begin for each of you? A long time ago. In the studio. Man. Well, each of us is a little different. I was working on a show called The Clone Wars, the Micro Series. Do you know the Micro Series? So my journey with Obi-Wan began almost 22 years ago now, voicing Lanter.
Wow.
And then I got to do the video games for Revenge of the Sith and stuff. And then these two amazing, talented people came along and stole the world's hearts. But yeah, I don't know.
You should do like voice acting.
I should do voiceover, right? People tell me how to do voice. Thank you. I'm working with you.
For me, it was just a very simple audition. They said it was a Star Wars thing. That's kind of like all they said. I had no idea it was for Anakin. I went in, Dave was there, he asked me to do just whatever I felt like a mashup of Han and Luke was, and that's what I did. And I left. And
He sounds just like him.
later,
Oh my gosh.
They said, okay, yeah, you got the job, and we're Anakin, and he's the lead on the series, and welcome aboard. And then I was at Skywalker Ranch, and you hate this.
Here we go.
I don't hate it. I just love how it's like a casual mic drop.
Yeah.
I was at Skywalker Ranch.
No, let me finish.
Yes, please.
Skywalker Ranch talking to George.
Yeah. Say, hey, Georgie baby. Hey.
We go way back.
And when you walked in, what did George say to you, Matt?
Anakin.
No, we've all had the privilege of going up there. We just like to joke with them and give them a hard time.
What about you?
Well, me, my journey as Ahsoka almost ended before it began. Because I actually was asked to audition for Padme. And unfortunately, I sound nothing like Natalie Portman. And
Fortunately, because...
Well, no, that's true. That's true. But I the night before the audition, as it usually happens. I mean, we find out like super last minute. So I practiced all night long, and as actors, sometimes you have a lot of auditions in one day. I had 5 auditions in one day, and this audition was the last one of the day, and I was hangry because I hadn't eaten anything all day. I didn't have time, and so I showed up super hungry, and they were running over an hour behind, and I walk in, and there's like 100 like voiceover actors in there, and they were all the top actors. I mean, several of the people that you see here auditioning, and you know, I have been auditioning for voiceover roles for 4 years, and I had not been cast for 4 years, a lot of rejection, and so I walked in, I saw all the people that would probably get the part, and I walked right back out. And I called my agent, and I went to my car, and I said, I'm so sorry, I sound nothing like Padme Amidala. I'm super hungry, I got no shot at this, I'm gonna go home. And he said, whatever you do, please go back in there because you never know what could happen. And so I was grumpy about it, which I'm normally a positive person, but
He said, have a Snickers bar. I'm looking for a Snickers deal.
And yeah, so I walked back in, and sure enough, there was this super top secret role of AHSOKA Tano, which they didn't even say her name because she was so super top secret. And they said, no, you don't sound like Padme, but you might be right for this other character. And the rest is kind of history.
That's crazy.
What's been the best thing to come out of Clone Wars for each of you?
Hanging out with you. Come on, man. But seriously, all of this, all of you wonderful people, and you helped bring Clone Wars back with saving Clone Wars. Getting the opportunity to work in the studio and work with Dave Filoni and all of the crew at Lucasfilm was magic and amazing and wonderful, and we love that. But being together as a family, which we all are, and getting to see all of you, our extended family, that I think is really a huge part of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it started, we were just doing this little Star Wars animation. We didn't really know what it was going to be. And then a few years later, it was pretty popular on the Cartoon Network. And then a few years later, it was, okay, this is like a thing. And then 15 years later, we're still talking, or 16 or something like that, we're still talking about it, you know, chatting with you guys. Look how many people are in this room. And now the Clone Wars is fueling live action. It's just wild it's wild how the Clone Wars has kind of cemented itself as it's Star Wars for a lot of people. So it's been a wild journey. Thank you.
It's no extended universe or anything like that. It is pure canon.
You were better than the movies.
Well, you know what?
Some people are like, oh.
That's not this kind of a panel.
Yes, but I will say this.
I love the movie.
We are all huge fans. So to be sitting up here talking about Star Wars with you, we feel like we've won the lottery because we love it as much as you do. And I will say, after working with Dave Filoni, after all these years, and even getting to know George Lucas a little bit, you learn to appreciate all Star Wars. Every single piece of content plays its role, and it's connected. And so while, sure, you have some, movies or series that you prefer over others, and we do too, we have our favorites.
What don't you like as much? I'm just curious.
Stop it, Anakin.
Oh, she said something, Anakin.
But anyways, it's all connected.
To me, any fandom is a buffet. It's a buffet, and it's okay. And if you don't have to like everything. But if you don't like the cream spinach, that's fine. But just don't come down on somebody. How can you eat the cream spinach? I can like it.
I actually think that's what makes Star Wars fandom so fun, actually, is that people disagree about things, and it just makes for fun debate. That's why I love doing these Comic Cons, because people come up to my table and I actually just get to like kind of nerd out over Star Wars for a little bit and talk about like the what ifs and just things like that. And I really think that's what makes it so great.
Look at all the people that want to ask us the riddles.
I will say, Clone Wars is my dessert, though.
Ooh, is that cannoli cake? The whole thing.
Sweet and savory, baby, yeah.
Well, friends, we've done this before I jump out in the audience and take those amazing questions. On behalf of myself and everyone here, I've told you this before, I will always say this. Thank you. Thank you for your talents, your professionalism, and your performances you brought to these roles and everything else that you've done. You all have a tremendous body of work, and it's been an absolute pleasure that everything that you've done, and we thank you.
There it goes. There you go.
There I go.
The candy
He is like right there, though. I love that. He goes out and gets questions with everybody.
Just throwing
Oh, he's got candy. You better have a good question.
Clone Wars really is the dessert.
Well, if you guys say something fun, you'll get a piece.
Okay.
Rose.
Hi, Rose, what do you have?
So first of all, I just want to say that I met Matt and James yesterday as dressed as AHSOKA, and I met Ashley a few years ago dressed as AHSOKA, so it's nice to see you all again. But my question is, do you have a favorite moment or a favorite line in the show?
Who wants to start?
Man, I don't know. There's so many. I'm looking at Ashley, so right now I'm going to go with "Don't get snippy with me, little one."
Let's go.
I'll say, you're stuck with me, Sky Guy.
Right. No, Anakin, she's not my girlfriend.
That's such a good voice.
Well, maybe she is.
James, I feel like this is being live streamed. You need to go back, take this recording, take that applause, and when you wake up in the morning,
I thought you were going to say,
Here, you earned that one.
They're all gonna go.
I thought you were going to say, play it for Dave and go, we really want that Obi-Wan Satine Tales of the Jedi. Did I say that out? I'm sorry.
Hey, what's your name?
Hello, my name is Rylan, and I'll say, hello there. I'm not as good as saying one word, but I try. My question to all three of you is, it's such a difficult task to look at such icons we see now as Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen, but I would say, how is it that you three have encapsulated those roles and you have now cemented your place as pillars in this fandom? And Ashley, I mean, AHSOKA is just as iconic, even more so in some ways than Obi-Wan and Anakin. So it's how have you dealt with that and just took that in your lives, as that's how important you are to so many people in the entire world, not just in this room.
Well, we'll give credit to Ashley for making AHSOKA as wonderful and huge of a character as she is. I really do give you that credit because you took that character and turned it into so much more.
Thank you so much for your kind words. I'm going to piggyback on what I just said. We are massive fans. So we realize what a privilege this is, and the Star Wars universe is bigger than us. This is not just a role. We have been given a brief period of time to carry on the torch of this iconic franchise that is changing lives. And so we take our jobs very seriously, and we're just doing everything we can to continue to carry that torch so Star Wars continues throughout the generations. And that's really important to us, and every single time, every day, every time we show up at a convention, I realize how blessed, how lucky we are to get to do this, and that's what fuels us. If it feels genuine, it's because it is. We genuinely love this, we love our characters, we love you, and we're so grateful to be here.
How about that, Sky Guy?
It's not a competition, but whatever. I'll credit the brilliance in the storytelling and in the writing with George and Dave and the writing team with the Clone Wars, and specifically talking sort of about Anakin and what they did with Anakin, showing him in a different season of his life than we had seen in the films. We didn't get much time in the films. Hayden didn't have much time to turn him in from a kind of a bratty teenager to like the most iconic villain of all time. I got time to sit with the character, and we got to see him as a hero, which ultimately makes his fall more tragic, right? Because we know him and we care about him now, and it really just strengthened the story. So, yeah, I mean, I just think it's a brilliant move to kind of show these characters in different seasons and develop their relationships and show new relationships that we never knew about. So,
and I got to be a little more snarky. I think everybody calls Obi-Wan a troll or something like that. He's always got those. But that's the cool part about it. Again, it's just like Star Trek. You started as a TV show, and then it became movies, so we already knew those characters. Star Wars has worked in reverse, and Clone Wars allowed us that, exactly as Matt just said.
Hey, what's your name?
My name is AJ. I just want to say thank you guys for everything you guys have done for Star Wars, and just for almost like a majority of everybody's childhoods here and everything like that. It's just a joy to just stand right here. And my big question is, what is your guys' favorite arc in Clone Wars from a storytelling standpoint? Because personally, for me, it's Mortis.
Mortis is definitely one of mine. It's so weird. I kind of like it because of that. And for me personally, I think it was sort of the first time I got to kind of play with Anakin in a darker headspace and kind of that what's to come, foreshadowing thing. So it was a really kind of memorable arc for me.
I love Mortis as well. Of course, I have to give credit to Siege of Mandalore, the finale. Which was incredible. But if I had to just pick one, it would probably be the season 5 finale arc, where Ahsoka walks away from the Jedi Order. Spoiler.
I think we're safe.
Yeah, sorry. That would be my favorite.
I'm partial to the Duchess of Tin. And the Lawless, though, in season 5 with Sam Witwer as the amazing evil Darth Maul. You can kill me, but you'll never destroy me. It takes strength to resist the dark side. Only the weak embrace it. You poop away. I love that. So, yeah, that was the line they cut out.
What? Oh.
Hey, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Hannah. Hello again, Ashley, and hello there, both Matt and James Arnold Taylor.
Hello.
I was going to ask a quirky Carees question, but instead I'll ask this. The Senator Padme Amidala has invited your character to a lovely dinner party with one caveat. You have to bring a dish. What are they bringing to this dinner party, and why?
I like your question. Very good.
You stumped us. Look at that.
No. You get 2 pieces for that.
I would bring, instead of a dish, I'd bring little party favors of sand. Little vial of sand and Tatooine.
No more sand.
You bring Tatooine dirt cups. I don't know. If you can't tell, I have a sweet tooth. So Ahsoka would probably bring cupcakes. I think that would be her thing. Something sweet.
And I suppose Obi-Wan would be proper and drink tea.
He's got a good British accent.
There you go. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Fern, and my question is, where do you think your careers would be if you were not accepted, for these characters and these roles?
Not here.
I'd be there, I guess. Ask him.
Wow. I do actually think of that. sometimes, how blessed we are to be these characters. I've been very fortunate to be a lot of different characters as a voice actor through the last 30 years. And,
He's gonna say 30 or 40 years.
Thank you. God bless you. My agent.
What did you say? You're still living?
I'm still looking young.
Oh, I thought you said you're still
I
living.
hope I'm still living. But
You got a few more years.
I wonder about that because it is an amazing thing that we've been dropped into, and I think we would still be fans, but boy, I don't know.
Oh, fans for sure, yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, as actors, you jump from part to part a lot, and that's part of the job, but I always wanted something that I could become. I didn't want to jump from job to job, because I'm a huge Disney fan, for example, and the Disney characters changed my life. So I always felt like if I got a part like that could really change someone's life and inspire someone's life, I just want to live in that character. And so I literally made a wish one day that, because I used to play a lot of the mean girl and bully roles, and I promise I'm not like that. And so I said, I want to play a good guy, and a good guy that would really be an inspiration to people. And little did I know that AHSOKA would be right around the corner. So this is not a part I want to just walk away from. I want to literally be a real life AHSOKA Tano, and I'll just support this character until the day I die.
If I hadn't gotten the Clone Wars, I'd be a convention Q&A moderator. Hey, what's your name?
My name is Carlos. So I have a question for you. Has there been a moment in your life that you need to change something about yourselves to better pursue success in your careers?
First off, you have a wonderful voice. I can talk all day. To not get bogged down by the things that I did this, I wish to just let it all be a part of your life. Everything in our lives is a journey. I have a one-man show that I do, and I talk about at the end how I lost my voice 19 years ago to black toxic mold. And I realized it wasn't the worst day, it was the best day because, well, for one, my daughter was born that day. I found out 6 months later because she was adopted. But also, because all these challenges that we get are there to strengthen us. So to not look at the bad things and beat ourselves up about it so much. Whatever you're going through right now, each one of us has either just been through something, about to go through something, or in the middle of something. Know that it's there to build you up and make you stronger, okay? The force is strong with this room, I know it. So take that and embrace those moments and not look back on them like,
So your question is there things that we would change about ourselves, basically? Like to further our
Things
career?
that you had to change.
Things that we've had to change. I think, as an actor, truthfully, we're sitting up here, but 90% of the time we get rejected for stuff. Like, that's the reality. So, it's a tough, you don't want to say, you'll change anything about yourself, but I think the reality is I've lost so many jobs for things that are not right about me. So, I think just being human, there's all kinds of stuff. There's times where I'd like to have more confidence in the room. I know it's funny because I'm sitting up here with a microphone, but that's the truth. And there's all sorts of stuff, but I don't know, try not to let it bog you down, and that's what we do. We move on and get to the next thing and just keep going and do the best you can. And then sometimes things turn out wonderful, and other times it doesn't, but that's life. So just keep going,
My mom is somewhere in the audience. Where's Mama Tana? She's back there. Okay. Mama Tana, right back there. The number one rule in our house growing up was to treat others as you want to be treated. So we had to be kind. We would be in so much trouble if we weren't kind. But growing up, I was always told, you're too kind. You're too kind. Stop being so nice. Start being tough. So you gotta be firm, be tough. And so I would be kind, but I would kind of shrink away from being nice or being kind because I felt that was being weak. And it wasn't until Ahsoka Tano that I realized that Ahsoka's true power is her kindness. And so it was because of Ahsoka that I learned to step in to my true power, which is being kind and being nice. And so it's because of Ahsoka I really learned that lesson.
Ashley, your mom gets 2 pieces.
Thank you, Patty.
Okay.
Ooh, I like your shirt. Do you know, okay, so model,
Show everybody the
turn
shirt.
around. So this shirt right here is the actual script page. It's the page from our script that we record off of from the scene where Ahsoka says, "I'm no Jedi." And so my friend Brett Iwan did the art on top of it. And so thank you for modeling it.
What's your name? Julia. It's delightful seeing you all again. I've been going back and forth between questions, but the question I'm going to ask today is, because you have been able to now at different conventions meet you and Hayden and also Rosario, what has that experience been like, and have they asked you for advice when they've been coming back to these roles or originating the live action Ahsoka instance?
We've met all of them. Hayden's a really nice guy. He's not specifically asked me for advice, but he's been very kind and very gracious, and I know that he said very kind things about the Clone Wars, and she's leaving.
She's caught up with your question.
But he's been super great, and so every time we...
One of the first things he said to us when he saw us at, it was a celebration years ago in Chicago. First thing he says is, "Thank you for what you did in the Clone Wars." You got Anakin Skywalker saying to Anakin Skywalker, "Thank you for what you did in the Clone Wars." He's really powerful.
I'm so glad that people are like loving what he's doing right now in Obi-Wan and Ahsoka. I think it's so cool that a lot of people think that came out super nuts. He's a really nice dude. So I'm so happy for him that he's getting like a lot of kudos now for Anakin and for Vader. I think it's wonderful.
And someday that Ewan McGregor guy's going to be a real star. I've carried him for the last 22 years, but you know, it's okay. I got to meet Ewan McGregor finally after almost 22 years of voicing Obi-Wan. I got to meet him at Celebration London this last year. But it was in the photo ops, and they brought me in really quick. So it was like any experience we've all had at a photo op, you know? You're like, "Hi, I'm James, I do Obi-Wan." And oh, hi, yeah, okay, wait. Well, okay, we'll see. Okay, so that's it. But he was very nice. He's very tall. Although everybody's tall than me, I'm 5'4", so you know. But no, he was great. You got to interview both of them.
I did. Oh, I freaked out. But yeah, I got to meet Hayden and Ewan briefly, and then Rosario is so lovely. She's so nice. You know, we never had a moment where like we exchanged advice. You know, that never happened. But we did have a moment where we talked about. I got to share with her how much Ahsoka means to people, and you know how much Ahsoka is changing and in many cases saving lives. And she very much understands that. And so I love when we get together. And she's, you know, Ahsoka's always been bigger than me. It takes a team of people to bring Ahsoka Tano to life, and I love the fact that Team Tano continues to grow. So, yeah, it's one big celebration.
And now, if we're going to model something, let's do it right. Julia is wearing an ensemble of a shirt manufactured from a Clone Wars script. All right, go ahead and send us there, and go show us the...
Yes, so this top is available at the Disney parks. It's also available at DisneyStore.com. And
I must say, Ashley, she really puts it together. I really love the creativity that's going on here. It's really fantastic here on Star Wars Runway.
I thought you were going to, when I was there, I thought you were going to go dun, dun, dun.
Why didn't you tell me?
You should just know that, Scott.
Hey, what's your name?
My name is Emily.
Hi, Emily.
I just wanted to say how much Ahsoka has inspired me. I watched Star Wars growing up with my dad, and so that character just means so much to me. But I was wondering what your favorite moment in Star Wars was.
We'll ask everybody what their favorite moment in Star Wars was.
Yes. Ooh, in all of Star Wars? Well, oh gosh. Okay. I'll start with my favorite Ahsoka moment, which I think I already said. It's the season 5 finale where she walks away from the Jedi Order. And this isn't so much a big moment. This sounds silly that for me to call out this particular moment, but it's my first and earliest memory of Star Wars. I was a toddler. I had to have been 3 or 4 years old. And I just remember R2-D2 and C-3PO going through the desert of Tatooine. And I just was fascinated by it. And so I think that was the moment I became a Star Wars fan. And that's, my most special moment.
Golf clap.
A lot of hands that get cut off and stuff in these Star Wars. And like we use tauntauns, right, for speaking that, like bloody guts and speaking facts and stuff here.
Not they smell bad.
Yeah.
Oh, the outside.
Those are all my favorite moments.
Okay, now I'm going to be all serious because I was thinking about that. Well, one, I loved when I heard Ashley's voice in the last Skywalker movie. I thought that was pretty cool as a second time. And I loved when Matt got killed in The Mandalorian. But my favorite Star Wars moment, as being connected to Obi-Wan for so long, is the moment when Alec Guinness turns and he's fighting Vader, and he turns and he gives that look to Luke, because it's the redemption, it's the pulling together, him finally going, I'm going to do the right thing and not screw this up. And he gives that look, Alec Guinness gives that look to him, and then Vader, bad guy. That sums it up. He's doing the right thing, and it's such a powerful moment. And for me, that's become the most powerful part of Star Wars. So, yeah.
I'm very sorry, this will have to be our last question. We are at time. So, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Lily.
Hi, Lily. What do you have for us?
So, what was your reaction and how was it explained to you the Mortis arc?
I still don't understand Mortis. If I'm being honest.
We all were kind of like, remember that when we were in the studio? I was thinking when you were talking about it before, we're all in there going, what is this? Is really weird. And Obi-Wan knew nothing of that episode. Watch the Mortis episode with this in mind.
We laughed a lot at this.
Because Obi-Wan was like, Anakin, where are we? What are we doing? What is that? Ahsoka? Hello? Anyone? And he knew nothing of that episode. That's the Qui-Gon.
I think the interesting thing about Mortis is it's sort of up to your interpretation. Exactly what happened, how much they remember.
Was it real?
Yeah, was it real? I mean, what's your take, Ashley?
Bring us home, Ashley.
I hear.
We're off to a good start.
Here's my fan take on this. As a fan, we are not in the know on the master plan, trust me.
That's because you don't visit George.
But I know that those episodes are very important. If now you're watching live action, there's nods to it. The Mortis comes into play, and if you notice, Morai, the bird that follows Ahsoka, is the same colors as the daughter who gave up her life for Ahsoka, because Ahsoka actually died in those episodes. Spoiler, should have watched it by now. And so there's a lot going on, and there's a lot of connection. So if the Mortis arc, Matt is looking at me. He's like, what are you saying?
I still haven't heard an answer.
I know.
Ask
It's
her where she got her
worth a
boots.
rewatch. Go back and rewatch it because there's lots of connections, and you look amazing as Ahsoka.
Hi guys, I'm Patty. I wanted to know what kind of upcoming projects you may have that you're allowed to share with us.
Well, I'll plug that. So I just made a movie on my own. It's called Hidden Blessings, and it is kind of a modern day telling with a twist of the prodigal son parable. And I made it all on my own, shot most of it in my house, and used every possible wall and angle I could to be different places. And I shot it with a buddy of mine, Matthew Buds, and we've been winning film festivals. And we just won Best Picture at a film festival last week. And it's me on camera. And there may be a couple of Obi-Wan Easter eggs in this movie, but I'm trying to make it available to everybody coming soon. So be watching for Hidden Blessings. Go to jamesarnoldtaylor.com to get more information, or listen to my podcast, Talking to Myself, which is back out again weekly on wherever you podcast. So.
I can say this because we just did a panel for it yesterday. James and I are doing a new animated series called Gabriel and the Guardians. It's an anime-inspired kind of a show. We're in production right now.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a while before it's out, but the animation looks really beautiful. We're getting some animatics back and some trailers, so we're excited for it.
Johnny Young Bosch and Christina V, who are both here at this show. They're on the show as well.
Yep. So, we're doing that thing. Having fun.
And I announced it, but unfortunately can't say much. I signed a new deal with Disney to do an original audio drama. So it's fiction. It'll be fully cast, fully scored, and it's in the sci-fi fantasy genre.
You got a really good engineering team for that.
Yes, I do. So stay tuned. Kind of like Matt said, we're just getting started, so it's going to take a minute to come out. But if you like Star Wars, you like Ahsoka, you are absolutely going to love.
It's gonna be Star Wars.
And are you looking for some male voices in that, Ashley? Because Matt and I might be able to connect you with some people.
You're going to hear some familiar voices in that, for sure.
It's gonna be a Star Wars movie.
Richmond GalaxyCon
No way.
2024. People in attendance, people joining us virtually.